if you are financially well at home, why do you have to suffer?
You're mad.
Oh, mad.
It's the painful thing.
Ping pong. You can play
video
games. You see, why do you have to
unless it calls you, it's in your blood and it calls you, you can't stop yourself. Which sometimes it happens. Your talent calls you,
I
cannot.
I think it's only on maybe sprints. For you to be successful, still now, you have to go to town school.
The white
yes.
school, so to speak.
Yes. That's the only path.
Yeah.
Atlanta, 1996, final. Sydney, the next Olympics, 2000, medal. 2004, gold medal.
I know, sure.
And I put it next to my bed. Plaque it.
Yeah.
Every time when I wake up, then I looked at it. I remember somebody, Johnny Gray, I beat him first time and I ran fast and he says, you are going to run faster in Atlanta. Then I say, I need to move out here because now we are going into the danger zone. Everybody is stuck. I'm not going to be able to move. I will have to go outside. Then there's where
Shabila overtake. Proper. Yes.
Yeah.
Shabila overtake.
Guy.
King David Studio Podcast.
I want to go back to your career because you have an amazing career. The Korea trip, why did you have to pay for it? Why did the community have to put money together for you? Where else you were doing official South African duty?
Look, at that time, it was 1992.
We just got accepted into international sports.
We were accepted. And what happened was they couldn't select me because financials.
Okay.
They only took number 1 at the nationals and I was number 2.
Okay.
At the nationals. And they said to me, if you can raise funds for yourself,
okay,
we will put you in the team.
Jeez.
And that is why then how the Potchefstroom community, they
said, let's help this boy.
Let's help him to go.
Because when I read that part of the story, was this a race issue? What was going on here with the politics? Because it was those days where you were fest off everything.
Yeah, and the thing is, you it's difficult to know what was the motive. Because we were just...
It was right at the beginning.
It's right at the beginning.
Even if it's race, in all fairness, you'll have to understand.
Yes.
Yeah. They were still figuring themselves out.
They were still figuring what is happening.
Exactly.
You don't know if they were saying that, don't take a lot of them. only one. Only few. These number 2s leave them. But we don't know what was the issue there.
Interesting, And you performed well.
I performed well. I was in the final.
Sure.
I came back. I broke the national record there, the junior record.
Is that the one that still holds?
No. Then I went. I broke it further.
Okay.
The junior record.
You broke your own record.
I broke my own record, so it still stand as a junior and also the senior ones. Yeah.
And you come back, you become the superstar because you moved quite fast from the juniors to be running against seniors. Am I correct in making that analysis?
Yeah.
Or you were too young to be running with?
No, I was 18.
Is that the right age to be running with the seniors?
No, I think that's a young age at that time.
Yes.
But we see it now.
Okay.
I mean, look at Walaza. Bayanda at the Olympic Games is 18 years old.
And he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing very well. So, but during my time was, especially find it, it's a black kid who's talented. And now he's beating these senior athletes that
are white.
Yes, that have been there, and because I came in and changed the whole 800 meters. Before I came in, they were running. They will go to competition and run 147, 146. So then I came. I will go in front. run as hard
Yeah.
as I can. No tactic.
Just running.
I just go. Then end up running faster, 145. Every time I was running fast, the older ones, then they were starting to retire now. And later they told me, we couldn't handle you. Because now we were comfortable with what we were doing. So you, the new generation, you to take over this 800 meters. Yeah.
There's something to be said about not knowing, being naive. You didn't know what you were doing.
No.
You were just running.
The first race I ran, the sub 146, I think it was in Potchefstroom. It's one of the APSA competition that was there. I just went in front. I didn't know what is first lap, how fast
you
can go.
Yeah.
Just went. And they thought, even though the commentator was saying, I'm the pacemaker.
They thought you were going to slow down.
I'm going to slow down and stop, and somebody must go. But it ended up, I didn't stop. I went all the way. So that was, I changed that 800 meters from where it was then.
Yeah.
I remember the athletes like David Hlaba. Those were the guys. They had a Springbok colors.
Jeez.
Myself, I wanted to be a Springbok because I was in that era. I was young. So when I thought I finally got it, that was 1992, and they cancelled.
It was over.
It's over.
Right there. Oh, no.
So, it's a journey.
It is an interesting one.
It's a journey. It's a journey, yeah.
The Korea trip is also your first time flying.
It's my first time flying. I don't know if I was scared, but it was excitement. Because I had a little bit of money. I went and did a PEM.
Yeah, man.
And a card.
Yes.
Because I'm leaving, I'm going overseas. So
Jeez. Wow.
But it was more fun in the plane, because I think we were three of us, three blacks, Simon Morolong and Shadrach Hoff.
Those are athletes whose names we know.
Yes. So it was just enjoyment. First time on the plane.
Yeah.
Only to come out later that I started hating flying.
Why?
Oh, when I started realizing there's things called turbulence.
And you didn't like that.
Then I started.
What are you getting at there?
Oh, what's happening here? No, there was the one that when it goes, you feel like it's lost. The magnet is gone. And suddenly it's going to
catches the magnet.
Never.
That's an interesting way of describing it.
It's very. Then I will say, I will never do it again. But it's like I'm not flying. I'm not flying.
And then
next week I'm flying.
Yes.
So I don't have a choice. I must go.
You have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's where you say that's where you broke a record that was 25 years old.
Yes.
But that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's
and you're an 18-year-old boy.
I was 18 years old and I broke that record. I missed that record during our English inter-high.
Okay. So
Koskela. Nobody knew. Then they realized, it's very close. This guy is just in this competition is running.
You're breaking national records at school.
So
that's crazy.
Then I broke it in Korea. When I came back, I made it 140. The record was 148.00. Made it 147.
Yeah. And
the following year, it was 1993 because I did 1992. 1993, my first race, I ran 145, national record.
You broke it by 2 seconds.
2 seconds. Then I went over to that year, 1993. I went to World Champs and I broke it again. I ran 145.4 faster. So
you were on fire.
That same year, I went to first time on the snow. I went to Toronto,
Canada.
So I saw snow. It's not like now as here in South Africa.
Well, we saw snow.
We
We saw snow now.
We saw snow
In
now.
KZN.
Yeah, I was the few that has seen the snow.
So you saw snow.
And I was even playing with it,
You saw snow in the 90s.
in the 90s.
So when is snow Zakaleo? In the 90s. Wow.
So as I saw this.
What is that? Wow, man. You were globe-trotting the world as a young man.
I traveled. I went to, one thing also I learned from my coach, JP.
Yeah.
He will always tell me, Hezekiel, you go there alone.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
At that time, I did not understand. And he will tell me, go. I don't have to go with you everywhere.
Yeah.
I was sent to Russia,
Yo.
St. Petersburg, alone. Can't speak Russian.
Of course.
He says, just follow instruction. You go there. The traveling, it's part of life for you.
It's going to be like this.
It's going to be like this.
Basically.
And I will not always be there.
Yeah.
But you must still be able to function. You see, you must still be able to function. If we train, we will train, I will do my job. Until where you're going to compete, then it's your part. I don't need to be
a part of that.
I don't need to sit or to travel with you. And I saw it with other athletes. When the coach is not there, they don't function.
So you're saying
they can't.
In your case, he empowered you.
He empowered me.
Yeah.
We'll say travel. Make the decision on this one.
Yeah.
What do you think? I remember when we went to Estonia. I think we overstayed.
Okay.
Our visa expired.
Uh-oh.
When we were coming out, we're leaving. It's me and him. I'm white, JP. I'm black, JP is white.
Right, yeah.
They let him go.
Uh-oh. And you're traveling together?
We're traveling together. We've got both of us, we've got South African passport. They let him go. They tell me that my visa has expired. Why? I've been staying in the country. Illegally.
Yes. The world has always been like this, eh?
Then I ask him, but me and him, same
problem. Same problem.
But you let him go. He says, no. You go. You.
Yes.
Back.
Yeah.
And then we see the plane is there. It's waiting for me. It's delayed. JP came there. He's an army. He took that passport on his hands and grabbed it and hold him, push him, put him on the wall.
This guy, the official.
The official.
Yes.
And he said, Hezekiel, let's go.
Sure.
I left.
You would still be stuck there.
I will still be stuck.
Yes.
I will still be stuck. Probably in Russia.
Wow, that's a crazy story.
Yeah, but yeah, it's JP. I will always say JP. He has empowered me.
There's a time you go to Rao. Why did you study at Rao?
I did sports management.
Did you enjoy your time there?
It was nice. It's part of the process.
Because you went to Rao as a famous athlete.
Yes.
You already...
No.
Semi.
Yes, no. I was. Yeah.
It's early days.
I went there in 95.
You had already done
I had already done the Commonwealth Games.
That's it.
I had done the...
You had a few medals at home.
I've done... I was in the Concorde.
You listened to that.
To New York, 2 hours. I did a advert with Shaquille O'Neal, the Reebok one on the planet.
Listen to that.
So, yeah.
You were famous.
And I went to Rao, so when I was traveling the village, I was famous. Let me admit.
You're famous when you go
I
to
was famous. I was famous.
That's
The
why-
flashback, and I was
Yeah.
famous. I met Jabu Pule,
Ooh, cafe.
Nhlanhla Kubeka, the Chiefs
Ooh,
players. I met them there, so no, I was famous.
And they were happy to meet you.
They were very, very happy. I even took them to Reebok. They did not have running shoes
See?
because I was getting things anytime
Yeah.
at Reebok. Chiefs was Reebok at that time, but me, I was getting more stuff. I will even take them there.
Gents.
Let's go. So they were happy to see
You
me.
were famous.
So I was famous.
The reason I ask is because it's the transition. Untwana. We should
Yeah.
always remember this. At the stage, you're still a little boy.
Yeah.
From Gupoch.
Yes.
With a very wobbly upbringing in terms
Yes.
of
Yes,
you know,
yes, yes.
And then now you're in this Joburg life.
Yes.
How did that hit you? Did that change you in any way?
It was different. But what I I remember was I couldn't. I had no transport.
Of course.
I couldn't.
Untwana.
When I go home, I will go to Bree, take a taxi, and go home.
And yet you showed a TV commercial with Hezekiel O'Neal.
Yeah, yet I'm here, or then JP will come and take me, or take me home because he was staying in Joburg.
Yeah.
So
Sheesh.
I'm still young, and the life it's different. I stayed where there is that mall, DUJ now.
Okay. Campus Square.
Campus Square.
Yes.
Campus Square was not there. It was only swimming pool. There.
Jeez.
There was a house there, cricket. It was only for cricketers. I stayed in
I
that
didn't
house.
even know that.
I stayed in that house. I think my upbringing, some of the things I will say I survived because I didn't have guts.
Oh.
I didn't have guts to do other things.
Kotlalana.
Kutlalana, ke tlale-tlale. Yes, life was good, but some of the things I was scared. Or I didn't know how to approach it.
Okay.
You see, then I said, I'm leaving it.
Yeah, all about
I
it.
don't care.
And it's
Yeah.
okay, Wabra,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because
Here I am.
our probability.
No.
Everybody get knock out fire. Our mara reward. Exactly. So that's what you were doing.
That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
And after people started to invest in me, get a sponsor, people have started to invest in. I felt as if I need to prove myself.
Okay. So you recognized it as pressure.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a pressure. I need to prove myself if I want to. Because, for example, when I signed we signed the contract, okay, they will give you a 4-year contract.
Okay. Well, who are these? As sporting brands.
Yes. They'll give you a 4-year contract because it's an Olympic cycle.
Okay.
But they will, in the contract, they knew that you will not perform every year.
Of course.
They will only say if the only thing for you to retain this contract for these 4 years, you just need to run faster than this time.
That's
Let's
it.
say just run sub 145.
That's it.
That's it.
Simple goal.
Simple goal.
If you're a committed athlete.
Yes, if you can do that, you don't have to worry. Then if you do super, you go to world champs, then it's a rollover clause. Your money can increase as you go. So I think it was a good pressure. I'm not going to say it's a pressure that nobody can do it. It was a good pressure because then I found myself in a position where I said, I can make a living.
From keeping this number right.
Just keeping this number.
Yes.
And how am I going to do that? Obviously, discipline.
Of course.
I'm surrounded by people that are friends. That they go out.
Yes.
Ne? I'm not going to be, if they invite me, they go out, we go. But it's best we keep this group because then we know we are training tomorrow.
That's it.
So
okay.
if it's a point of we are going to go out, we will have to remember that tomorrow morning, that man is waiting for us.
Yeah, that's JP.
That's JP.
Yes.
You see. And so that's what kept me going. And suddenly, a lot of things is for free.
Mm.
They will come and collect me. They will take me somewhere. They will give me this. A lot of things now. It's for free. I remember me and JP, we went over to UK. When we came back, and he bought me a car.
Yeah, imagine that.
And he says, "No, Hezekiel, you need a car now." And at that time, I can't drive. I had to Bobampiri. Had to teach me in Crystal Palace in UK with a rental car.
You how to drive.
Teach me how to
You
drive.
learn how to drive in the UK. It was a boss. Boss. You learn how to drive in the UK. Like I learn how to drive go Mamelodi.
Oh, my beloved.
What a Just as button done a Porsche, man.
From Boskop.
Jeez, man. What was he doing there in the UK?
No, we went together.
Oh, so during that time, Mari.
Yeah, Bubang went. He was one of the senior athletes.
I know, yes.
From one of the first guys also to go to Barcelona. Yeah. So I looked up to Bubang, and he was somebody that as I said, everybody that surrounded me from the young age, I only catch the successful ones and just wish, these ones that are not.
But no delay.
The only time I think when I say I made that's before because I was involved with wrong guys. When I was in town, when somebody steals, he will think I'm part of it.
Of course, but that's how crime works.
And they will say, "Hold this for me. People are chasing me. I will come and collect it later."
That's how crime works.
I say, But since from there, I'm only looking at. I looked at the good guys, good people that are doing things right. I only wanted to be associated. And I think I've got boys at this age. Got 3 boys.
Yeah.
They still don't understand me.
Okay.
This thing of me saying now, it's the people that you associate with. And I think I'm not going to say not only them, our kids this nowadays, they don't want to be associated with the right things or
of course.
The right people. That is why probably we've got drugs. It's happening. So I think that change came when I was caught by the police and
that moment.
That the direction.
Yeah. You've always been, now you're still the same guy.
And I'm still and I want to give that to my boys.
Are they hearing you? With kids, you don't stop trying.
No, I will push. It's. I know. I've realized, and especially these kids of this nowadays. It's for me. It's things that it's tough. I've seen it with the athletes also. It's You say this, they will do it opposite. And you won't understand, but I just said it. And they do it. You don't know if they are doing it so that they can push you.
And show you right.
And want to see what you can do. But then you will realize also later, somebody will say, if it was not what Hezekiel, I would have not been here. But at that time, he was not listening to
you. You had a time like that with JP.
Yes.
Your relationship breaks at some point.
Yes.
What leads to that break?
Yeah, look.
It's before you went to Atlanta.
Then I want to. It's time for me now to get married now.
Okay.
I got married. The pressure from the family. JP is now, when you are told to be the man. That man can't make decisions for you.
So you're feeling pressure.
You are
from
feeling
both
pressure.
sides.
You are feeling pressure. Here's this man that has been there for me.
So you're required to grow now.
Now I grow up now. You can't be always asking for money. It's your money.
Oh, I'm calling JP.
Oh, let me call JP and sort it out. They must. No, it's your money. Why should you? Why should you do that? But it is how I grew up, and I believe that it's a good system for me.
It's worked.
It's working for me. So we drifted apart. I had to move to Poch.
Okay.
Family wanted to move to Poch. I moved to Poch, and I couldn't stay. So yeah, that's how we.
Yes. JP was in Joburg.
JP was in Joburg. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So did JP move because of you, or because now remember you and JP meet at high school?
No, I moved from Poch because of JP.
It's the other way around.
It's other way around.
Yes.
Well, JP was now had to go to Krugersdorp, Florida.
Okay.
Florida. He was going to teach now there at Florida. So then that's how I decided, because I was at Northwest University. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna go with JP. I will study at
Rao. And when you look at your relationship with JP, do you acknowledge it for making a significant contribution in your career?
JP was there for me in many ways. I could have given up. He was the only person. The first time when I saw him, because he's got beard, I was very scared of him. And then the farm boy, I say, here is a burnu dide. This one is ruthless.
Yeah.
Plus,
I mean,
this one is ruthless.
Yeah.
Doesn't like black people, this one. But actually, I was wrong. He's didn't have running shoes. He will give me his running shoes. He will take me home. He'll collect me from home. When we go for competition, like going to Cape Town, other kids will fly. Then he will take his baggie and I put a mattress at the back. I will go in there. Him and the wife will drive straight to Cape Town.
That's when you were a kid.
Then I was a kid, so I can go race. They will they will stay there. They'll take the trip. So
he believed in you, though, eh?
Yeah, it's the good thing was when I grew up. He always said to me that, Hezekiel, remember one thing: when there's no green light anymore, you must move.
What does he mean exactly in that context?
He says, if you feel the time will come where you feel there's no improvement in our relationship. Remember, our relationship, it's a coach-athlete. You need to improve.
True.
You need to do better as an athlete. But when that time comes, there's no... It's always red. When you turn this side is red, you must know that it's time.
It's time to go.
It's time to go.
Yeah.
And I will support you. I don't want this relationship. And that's what a lot of athletes that they do is nowadays. It's this thing of athletes moving around. Then athletes coach end up not talking anymore.
Yeah.
As he says, JP, that I don't want us, when you move to another coach, you can't even call me and say, coach, things are not going well here. What do you think?
Yes.
I still want that relationship, even if I'm not coaching you. I want your coach to be able, the new coach to be able to call me and say, hey, JP, what were you doing when Hezekiel is in the mood like this?
Yes.
You see?
Yeah.
So that was our relationship, me and JP. And we'll always, appreciate what he has done for me, all the way. I mean, I end up coaching Mbolaini Molaudzi.
Wow. He started with you in that level.
In that level,
Yes.
we had it was myself. Then we end up having the guy called Johan Botha who went.
I remember Johan Botha.
World indoors. Later, he coached Mbolaine Molaudzi to win world champs in 2019.
Sure.
And Molaudzi will always tell me, JP, every time when I do session, he will tell you Hezekiel has done it better.
Jeez. You get back together just before the Olympics, the 1996.
Yes.
What led to that? What made you decide to change your mind and go back to JP?
I felt like that I'm not done with the mission. The Olympics are coming. I remember telling him that if I don't make the final in 1996,
that's the qualifying team.
No, I don't worry about qualifying. And I said it before, like, you have athletes that will go out just to qualify and there's nothing after that.
That problem.
Yes. For me, I knew that this one, it's not a problem. I'm going there because I want to make it to the final. And at that time, the reasoning to make the final was, first, it's an opportunity to get a deal or a sponsor. Second, you are invited to this big competition, the Grand Prix meetings in Europe.
Let me understand the business of that. When you're invited, is there a fee that goes with it?
There's a fee. But during my days, if you make the final of the Olympic Games, it's that feeling of when they call you in the Grand Prix and say, line 8 from South Africa, Olympic gold medalist or Olympic finalist. That was the feeling.
Accent. Accent.
You see, and it's when you make final, you will go to these Grand Prix meetings. And during my days, you will get at least appearance money.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes they will give you appearance money. If you are a medalist, you get higher.
Of course.
Gold medalist, you get higher. World record holder, you will get money.
Yeah.
But now things have changed. They still get, but just to make the final, it's nothing.
Really?
Yeah, you have to win the top 3.
Hey.
To make the final does not count anymore because they don't go with the next 4 years. For us, if you make the final, you will be the finalist for the next 4 years. And you will be praised.
For the next 4 years.
For the next 4 years.
Okarumi South Africa.
Okarumi South Africa.
For a while.
You see.
Jesus.
So for me to make the final, it was okay, improvement business-wise and my achievements. It's better. I want to be in the final. Remember, I'm still young at that time. I want to be in that final. I will win a gold medal in Sydney.
Okay.
And I will win a gold medal in Athens.
Yes.
3 Olympics. That's the long term.
Yeah, that's the big plan.
That's the big plan for me. That's how I've after I qualified in 1996, that's what I wanted to. The reason for me was I was told, I'm listening to, I've read the book of Sebastian Coe, who was then the world record holder. You know, I've listened to Tsakile Nzimande, who was in Barcelona, Bobampir.
Yeah.
And they will always say, no. Your first Olympic Games, you should just go there for experience. Yes, you just go and see because life is different there. Everything is for free. You know, it's you. If you're not focused, you will lose.
Look how
it. Yeah. So it's best you go there, you experience it. So I had that. First, I will go for experience. But as I moved on and I realized, no, I want to make the final.
Yeah.
Ne? It's experience.
Plus.
To make the final, it's experience
Yes,
for me.
that's the experience you wanted.
Yeah, that's the experience that I want so that I can get a medal. You see?
Didn't you feel like you were putting yourself under more pressure? Everyone else was saying, just go and check it out. And when you wanted to go and win it.
Look, I had sponsors. I've tasted. I have tasted how does it feel. I've been to smaller competition in Europe. I've seen how these athletes now have been treated.
These big athletes.
The big ones.
Yeah.
Ne? And I've seen how am I treated.
Yeah.
I want to be collected at the airport.
I like that.
I want to be collected at the airport. I want to be in a single room.
Okay. Share.
I don't want to share. If you are a number 8 athlete, you want to they'll put you with somebody in the room.
Yes.
But these big ones, there's a car that's going to come and collect you.
Yes.
That's what I want.
I must say, we don't know that. We only experience athletes when they are running, when they are interviewed, which is a small moment. And other than that, we don't see them, really. Unlike other sports and other celebrities,
yes,
you experience them a lot.
Yes.
In the case of athletes, and also because soccer, you see it every time.
Yes.
Music, you can play the song, you can go to the concert. Lona, it's not like you're running every day. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, no.
It's different.
It's different. I think it's seasonal.
That's it. Yes, it's the big races.
It's because of we are in different hemisphere. The north, we are in the south. Our athletics, it's from, let's say, during our summer.
Of course.
Then we do our track and field. Yes, we do have this road run. There are a lot of them now. Social races and stuff. But when we talk the Olympic events, it's during our summer. And same time in Europe, it's winter.
Okay.
And Europe, that's where athletics is happening.
Yes.
That's the second. That's big.
Are you saying compared to us here, we are Radlala, even now?
No. As we play.
If we haven't gotten better over the years or tried to catch up?
Competition-wise, look, we've had good competitions that we have hosted. Obviously, things
go in cycles. Yes.
And at the point when things went bad, I feel as if we are still building.
So we've been building.
We've been building.
We got Kaiser Chiefs.
We've been building.
Team
That's my team.
We've been building.
Yeah, we've been building, and
what do you think?
And sometimes I feel like the time is running out.
For man,
for all of us.
But what's missing?
It's when we will all wake up. Now I'm saying not only
athletics,
not only athletics. When I look at it, life. Because some of the things that are happening, compare it. Actually, it's happening. It's happening everywhere. You look at the situation in our township. For me, I still not feel good where for you to be successful still now you have to go to town school,
the white school, so to speak.
Yes, that's the only path. And how many years?
Sure.
So that means there's nothing. It's still
the
not
same.
happening at our school.
Actually, it breaks my heart. It's my township that the stadium doesn't exist anymore. The old HMPJ stadium. I used to go there and run around in that stadium. Doesn't exist anymore.
One of the things that it's killing us. You'll find teachers when you want to do a program, that they will tell you, Hezekiel, like Friday.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, so when you call to say I want to do something with the kids.
Oh, Friday. After school, Ezekiel. We can't do these things. We're not under the
Jesus. Yes. And you're giving your time.
My time.
They don't even see the value in that.
They don't. That is why I say it's still, how at this time, you have to go to. There's no township school. Yes, we've got Bayandas here. He went to Kuro. Bradley. It was a tax. The pathway, it's that. The township, that was.
Is there a province that shows some promise from your perspective that maybe KZN was busy? Is there anything like that?
Provinces are there that are producing athletes, but at the end, these athletes, they move to. I'm gonna give you example with Bayanda because I tend to be close to him this year, and I only realized, and I was told I was never focused at that time. I remember I've got one of my friend. Maruping, who's a teacher at Forentu, work school in Auckland Park. He sent me a picture 2-3 years back of Bayanda. These kids moved from Katleong, the township where he comes from, I think, Then he went to Forentu. Then Forentu is in Auckland Park. Then he went to Kuro. So my saying is, we will identify kids from the township. They will go to national champs. But to make it, we will still need to go to
a Model C school.
To a Model C school because you get home, you don't train. Probably there's no track.
Of course.
There's no track there. You will still have to go to town every day.
You can't even measure your time properly. You don't know. Shana was starting up and down.
We still don't have that. But there's a lot of them that have been built and they get finished before even people step. So that's, for me, where I come from and where we are. I still don't understand.
When you observe it, I hate when these conversations turn political, man, because it frustrates me.
Yeah,
because we end up at the same place.
Yes,
it's willpower and so forth and so forth. But where's the role of the parent in the story? In your case, a number of people played the parent role.
Yes.
It wasn't just Kibu Kaiser, who spotted It's all of those things. We're probably too busy now to spot Hezekiel. If you were born now, we would be too busy to see you. A lot of people played that role. But JP played a role. Even Blake. Yes, those people, those opportunities, in some way, it's someone that said, bring that boy here. Right now, where's the role of the parent from your observation?
Look, it's right now it's different compared to where I come from. I think most of the parents are involved. Now.
Okay.
With their kids.
Yeah.
Because now we have a lot of athletes that have moved to, let's say, a rural area. Somebody has identified.
Okay.
They've gone to school in town where there's proper athletics. And the parents are involved. They are able to attend.
Yeah.
To go. But then you will still get that extreme.
Yeah.
Remember, the life that I had, there's people that are still living like that.
90% of the countries. people live that life.
There's nothing that has changed.
It's changed. No, it's the typical township life.
Yeah, it's
a informal settlement life. It's that life.
So it's only those few people. That is why I also say it's exactly what happened to me, but probably in a larger scale. What is happening now?
Yes.
You from the township, you get identified. You go to school in town.
So as a result, we're missing a lot of kids that have a natural talent that you had.
Yes.
Untrained, you just run fast.
Yes.
So that means we have those kids now.
Yes.
But their careers will go nowhere.
It'll go nowhere.
Because one, there's no one to identify it. Two, he's not even running, this poor kid.
If there is people that are identifying, Baba Mbabona give Mashai.
Ramashai.
What they Mbomashai? I'll call them Mbomashai because you will have these people that will go and they will train the kid. And not understanding in life there's a path that you have to, stages.
Yeah.
You can't stick with the kid when the kid has to move to another stage. Then you come with your stories and say, nah, if I don't go, she's not going. That you are depriving that kid. Then that kid doesn't go. And remember, athletics is not like soccer, where a club can buy.
You're an individual.
You are an individual. You are relying on these people that are supporting you with a little there, a little there, a little there. Yeah. And be happy for you when you move to the next stage where somebody identifies you and say, look, come to stay in the school. And me as Hezekiel, I'm happy for you. Go.
Yes, please.
But this nowadays, people think that they can make. That's why I bit about my hair, Shana Kung. This thing, it's not there. It's kids that have talent. Most of them are from this disadvantage, more disadvantage, rural areas. They are from there.
You said it earlier that the hunger is different.
Yes.
Their goal is different.
Yes.
Their survival, their talent is survival based than it is for enjoyment, as you say.
Yes. And if you have you are financially, it doesn't matter you're white or black. If you are financially well at home, why do you have to suffer?
You're mad.
Oh, mad.
This thing, painful thing.
You got ping pong. You can play
video games.
You see, why do you have to
unless it calls you, it's in your blood and it calls you, you can't stop yourself. Which sometimes it happens. Your talent calls you,
I
cannot.
think it's only on maybe sprints. But on the long stuff, if your parents have everything,
you're never going to run.
You will never.
This thing is
unless you'll do it as a social. I want to lose weight.
Yeah.
Or just for fun to be healthy. But you're going to face challenges where you ask yourself, what am I doing? What do I gain
from this thing?
Is
there a reason why we find a lot of Kenyans runners? Is there a particular build for running?
From the beginning, they run its business.
Okay.
There's the ones that are coming, they've seen. Those who've run, they've got farms and their family were poor. That is why you find Kenyans coming from one region.
Okay.
In the region of Eldoret, that side where it's farming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't find a lot of athletes coming from Nairobi.
For example.
They just decide to go run. No, it's only now. You will find Omanyala in the sprinting, and you will find. But most of the athletes don't come from Nairobi.
They come from the rural areas.
Sure. They're in Nairobi. They don't have time for this running.
They're busy running businesses, man.
They're running businesses, yeah. So
what do we do as South Africa to get to a level that's better than where we are now? To produce, I recommend this guy, Alex Ferguson. He came here once because his son was involved in businesses in South Africa, and he came in to visit just after he retired. And he said he doesn't understand why we don't produce so many athletes, basically, whether they're soccer players or whatever it is. Because one, we have high numbers of humans, first and foremost. We have a lot of people. So from that probability, we stand a good chance of producing enough athletes, at least to produce, because we don't even supply soccer, world soccer, with stars. Nothing, almost zero. Lately, we're doing okay. Sundowns is a little for the coach international. But we don't produce much. And you sit and wonder why. From your perspective, as someone who, one, has been involved in athletes from that perspective, someone who was at development level and who's seen these stages and still are today, what do we do next? What can we do?
I think what kills us, it's not only this, but it's one of them. It's, there's a lot of red tape in these things. I think one of them I just said, where you might identify a talented, probably this is Usain Bolt, but because you're not moving with him, he's not going to come.
He's going to get stuck there.
He will be stuck there. Nobody will see that athlete because you as somebody who has identified, you think you must go with the athlete there. And we can't take you.
So you're not opening the path. You're not opening. Step aside.
Yes, you don't want to step aside. You want something. You see, that's one of the things, as I said again, what we see around our townships, facilities.
Yeah.
There was a period in time during these 30 years where there were facilities. So they said now South Africa was one of the best. I mean, if you were flying, you look at the whole South Africa, you will see tracks, stadiums. Countries like Kenya, usually I will go there. They will wish they can be like South Africa. Ethiopia, Gabriel Selassie came to Joburg to just look at the tall buildings.
Jeez.
And he went back and said, I want to do like this in Addis.
Yes.
He's now one of the big business person who's building these tall buildings in Addis. Addis is going high. But for us, it's as if we are going down.
Going backwards.
We're going backwards.
So we're likely to produce less and less gold medalists or medalists at all, or even Olympians.
Yeah, we
if we keep at this.
Look, what we've done this year, I think there is an opportunity. There was a time where there's schools of excellence around the country.
Yes.
These schools will be school focus. And I'm saying again, the red tapes. It's announced you take wrong people. Somebody who does not have a passion. And when you compare yourself, I look at Botswana. Botswana, for us, it's more like a province. And they're doing better. And they're producing. For Litsia to be able to win.
I know, in this last Olympics. Are you saying it's not luck? It's not a fluke?
No. Those guys, there's something that they are doing. And remember, these guys, they've learned from us. They've been following us as South Africa, where we come from, the way we do things. And it's as if we are on hold and they're passing. Zambia is coming.
I hate it when these conversations sound political.
For me, it's, as I said, there's these red tapes, passion.
School. Let's talk for a second about school athletics. How much of it do we experience in South Africa? And let's not talk about elite schools, because we know there's something happening there. They already, if you go to, GP or whatever it is, these schools are, you'll find a swimming pool and a track. But in the township, you won't. What's happening there from your perspective?
As I said, The school's athletics,
Mm.
and I'm combining schools from the township
Plus
and
these ones.
these ones.
Mm.
These ones, they have their own competition path,
Okay.
their own league,
And it's working.
and it's working.
Yeah.
They don't compete
Liba.
with these ones.
It's almost like apartheid.
Yes,
You remember?
Yeah, it's the same. It's
Yes.
still there.
But it's not color, it's economics.
Yes,
Who has
who has
money?
who can move from here,
Yes.
and that's what, as I said, if you look at the success from this side, it's higher. Yeah, you will run only the district, the water, then you finish there, then it's done.
Then you get a job at a mine.
Then
Life
probably
carries on.
Yes, life goes on, or you don't finish, you are there in the farm.
And we lost you to all of this. Wow, man. It's frustrating.
And that's what delaying us.
And there's so many
one.
more kids this side
this side, there's
than
more.
there is this side.
You can go to an area like Taung.
Mm.
If there's a competition tomorrow, you will bring a talented athlete there. Just from nowhere.
Yeah. Some
Say
kid,
run.
some
You
kid
will
might
run.
even break your record.
Yes.
We just don't know about him. All right, I want to stop this. I don't like it anymore. I don't like it. Frustrates me because most of our conversations in this room, they end up sounding political in their nature. Because I speak to talented athletes, talented actors and artists, people who've achieved so much. And when they look back and they say, maybe there's a measure of luck in my life and so forth, but when I look at the kids today, I don't see how they're going to make it because there are no opportunities for them.
There's no opportunities, and same as me, I'm not gonna blame. As I say, probably it's a lot of red tapes, but you cannot ignore, because this is a community matter.
Yes.
I remember Stofile once said to myself, was towards the end of my career, I started the foundation. That was those days. And he says, Hezekiel, the foundation doesn't work with black people.
Even.
You see, foundation, you are supported by your friend. Those who've got businesses.
They fund
they will fund this. And it's only white people that can do that. Black people don't believe in this thing of coming, lot of money, giving Hezekiel the money. Obviously, it has changed now.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, I can see that there is a change. But at that time, so that's this, for me, it's that attitude.
Yeah.
How many people they've got businesses now?
Lots.
They can't even fund their own community.
Government should do it. The government should do it because government is so why not to sabona by age? I want to leave it there because that's an argument, and some would say it's a valid argument.
Yeah.
Let's go to one of the most important moments of your life, and that's where we were, 1996.
Yes.
When you got to Atlanta, at what point did you think you're likely you can win this thing? Because remember, the thing about track is that you know your competitors. And sometimes you know their times. Well, mostly you know their times.
Yes.
You know, unlike soccer game. Yeah, Pirates Chiefs.
Yes.
Balijela last week, it doesn't mean Lobasha this week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's all of that.
Yes.
But when someone is running, for 4 years they've been preparing for Olympics.
Yes.
You've seen them at different competitions. You know, they can't run over 100 and over 145, 143.
Yes.
You know that.
They've never done it.
Sharp at it.
Yes.
Aha.
You see.
And when you know you still have more. The speed that they haven't seen.
Yes.
When you land in Atlanta, what were you thinking in relation to your competitors? 1996, you're still a young boy, but really go and see.
I went to Atlanta, we were at a training camp. I was not even ranking.
Sure.
I was not even in the top 20. But I still had that belief that I will make final. And my coach will tell me that just make the final, Hezekiel. Anything can happen
Yes.
in that final.
Wow.
If you make that final, anything can happen. We trained. We were there 3 weeks, training camp. Training went well. There was a small competition.
You in the US?
I'm in the US at that time. There's a small competition in North Carolina, in Durham. Then we say, okay, let's go test.
Or this training
The
is
training
working.
actually went well.
Yeah.
They invited us, Team South Africa. As we go there. Competition, it's not a big competition. And I went. When I get there, I won this competition and I ran 143.4. And it's got 2 weeks
To the
to the Olympic Games. I ran 143.4. When we looked at the ranking, suddenly the World Athletics, they publish the ranking. We've got these ranking stats they do leading up to. When they looked at that ranking, I was ranking number 2.
They acknowledge that small competition.
Yes.
Oh, really?
I'm suddenly now from nowhere, I'm ranking number 2 going into the Olympic Games.
Hey, man. And a week before, you were not even in the ranking.
I was nowhere. It was only my belief that I can do it.
Jesus.
But now suddenly I'm number 2.
Tell me though, that speed, that 143, were you aware of it? Were you aware of your potential to achieve that number?
No.
Even you didn't know.
I did not, because I came from 145. I would have been happy, just to run 144, little bit 144.
There's an improvement.
I finish if the season finish, I'll be in the top 10 in the world.
Okay, it's good enough.
It's good enough. I'm 21, 22.
Yeah.
I'll come back next year again. I've got the experience. That was my target. And then suddenly I ran a 143.
Number 2 in the world.
Number 2 in the world. Then I suddenly now calls are coming in. International. People are asking, who is this?
Who's Sepeng? Who's Sepeng?
Who's Sepeng?
Sepeng?
Who's Sepeng? Now the TV, they coming now. Interviews.
All of a sudden.
Wow. And I only realized there's a Norwegian TV. They came there, they did an interview. They made me aware. They said to me, do you know that you are number 2 going into the Olympics? Do you think you can win the medal?
D-man.
I said, no, I don't know.
Are you number 2 to the guy that won? That got a gold?
Yes.
Okay, so this ranking works.
I'm number 2 to that guy. And because in the past 3-4 years, I was not in the picture.
But you were winning though. You're winning your small races.
I was winning in South Africa. When you look at the world ranking, because at the end of the season, most of the time people look at the world ranking. Who's top 10?
Yeah, you're not there. We don't care about number 11.
Yes. Hezekiel is not there.
Carlela top 8.
Ezekiel is not there. But suddenly, from nowhere, there's this guy. He's number 2.
Well, how does that make you feel during this time?
You know what I did? There was a time when they were telling me now, people starting to talk. You know this? They say, relax, don't get excited. You know,
you haven't run the Olympics yet.
You know, do not get excited about this.
Yeah,
anything can happen. I mean, I've seen guys that runs fast now and they will never run again. It just happened on that day.
That day, really?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
They will never come back again and run that.
That's bad.
So I said, I told myself, keep focus. Your goal is to make the final. And when you reach the final, anything can happen. And that is where we were at a camp. I took a paper. Then I wrote on the paper there that Atlanta 1996 final, Sydney, the next Olympics, 2000, medal, 2004, gold medal.
I'm not sure.
And I put it next to my bed, plug it.
Yeah.
Every time when I wake up, then I looked at it, say, this is my goal. And now from there, and I said, okay, for now, Atlanta, what am I going to do? How am I going to run this race so that I can achieve my goal?
Yes.
I'm not going to just go there and say, oh, God help me. Whatever. No. Then I went heats, because to go through to the final, you go heats, semi-final, 1 day rest, final. Then I will go heats, I put the win. Doesn't matter how.
Yes.
I must win this race.
Doesn't matter who you're running against.
It doesn't matter who is. I'm going to win it, because it will take the first two must go to the next round. By saying number 2, I will be risking. What if something goes wrong? Then I'm number 3.
Yeah.
I'd rather be number one. When thing goes wrong, I'm number 2. I'm still in.
Yes.
Then I say
that's a lot of pressure, though. But
then I say semi-final, win. Then I came to the final. I put a question mark.
I wonder why you doubted yourself.
I had this thing of, no, you're still young.
Okay.
You know this thing, don't put pressure on me. Because now, there at the Olympic Games when I was there, now the greats.
Yes, everyone is there.
The people that have retired, some of them are retiring. You know, when people, they are telling you now that, Hezekiel, you can do this. Yeah. You can win this thing. You're looking sharp. We've watched your race. We've watched you in the heats. Yeah. We've watched you in the semi-final. You the one that is relaxed compared to this guy. And I will say, no. No, don't put pressure on me.
Wow.
I just want to make the final. I'm young. I'm the youngest today. Let me make the final. Anything can happen in that final. So that was my approach. I remember somebody, Johnny Gray, from the US, the icon, man. He said, after we running in Durham, I beat him first time. I beat him first time and I ran fast. And he says, you are going to run faster in Atlanta.
Whoa.
Johnny Gray is one of the guys that my first international competition, which was in Germany, I was 18 years old.
It's Stuttgart. Yes.
In Stuttgart.
Yes.
Crossing the line. He waited for me. Hold my hands and go.
Wow.
Ne? And they ask him why you do that. He's American. He's my black brother, man.
Hey, man, I have
this
to
is
help
my
him
black
along.
brother, man. This is South Africa, man. They must come in now.
I have to help him along. Hey, man. So he was watching you.
He was watching. Then he said, you know what? You are going to run 142. I said, 142? It's not possible.
Jesus. At this stage, you are 143.
I'm 143.
And at that point, you didn't even expect.
I didn't expect. I thought I will never run that fast again. Probably I will just go 144, 144, but 142, it's another league. It's not for me. Not now.
Sure.
Maybe someday, I will reach there. But at that time, where I am, it's not possible.
Did you do as you planned? The win got those heats? Everything
went well.
And then the final.
The problem was that question mark.
You shouldn't have written a question mark. You should have written win. well, it's how many years later now? It was a khale. Sure. Now you wrote question mark. What does the day look like for an athlete that's about to run in the Olympics in the morning, the final? What does your day look like?
Now I've won everything. It's semi-final.
It's this day.
It's the day. Now, we'll always just say you can't eat. You don't want to talk. It's doubts are running in your head. For me at that time is, you can do this. And You are a liar, Hezekiel. You can't win. Where you come from? When?
Donna Bosch.
Yeah, you can't. Did you just come to Olympics first time when you want to win this thing? It's never happened. You can't do these things.
So those are the thoughts.
Thoughts are running.
Oh boy.
They're running in my head. And people are sending messages from the schools,
Because you've done well in the heats.
David, as I said, it's me growing up. A lot of things that sometimes I don't understand how. How could have this? Why did I follow those guys to go to Poch Boys and I end up being at Poch? Those things are still happening.
And you hear
if these things are happening now with me going into that final.
Yeah.
It's somebody is sending a verse. I don't read
the Bible
at that time, but I've got a Bible. I took the facts. I took the facts and I just opened the Bible and throw it as I will see it in the evening.
Oh, yeah.
When I come to the room.
Because your number, there's something about your number. The 212 or 221 or whatever it was.
There's these things that are coming now.
Yeah.
Revelations, or they when I went that night to open the Bible, I threw that paper exactly where they say I must read it.
Yo.
Those are the things I'm asking myself, the questions. Why is this thing happening? I dreamt winning somewhere around the world. I don't know where was that.
Yeah.
But when they gave me the medal, was exactly the same thing. Olympic medal.
Amazing.
And I realized that this would never happen. And I looked at my numbers. I think they were saying 1, 2, 2, 1. But
yes, something like
1,
that.
2, 2. They are there.
You see my notes. My notes will tell us there was a 1, 2, 2, 1 thing going on. Yes, it was 2, 1, 2, 1.
Yes. Then I said, man, why is these numbers repeating itself? It's number 1. So now I'm telling myself. Remember, I'm trying to comfort myself. My parents know nothing about athletics.
You can't call them.
I can't call them. I can't ask. Nobody. JP spoke to me. Yes, I believe him.
What did he say?
No, JP said anything can happen.
Okay.
He doesn't.
He's not saying you're going to win.
No, he himself, he's not pushing me to go for gold. He says, Hezekiel,
in the final.
You've achieved what you want to. Just go there. Don't come last.
Don't come last.
You see?
Don't be the laughing stock. Yeah.
This thing came, and I'm trying to comfort myself because I'm panicking now.
I'm
panicking. Saskok, they need medal.
There's no medal. And I forget, you're even the first Daki.
Yes.
It's that era. Here's another pressure. I'm about to remind you of another pressure. The South African rugby team had won the 1995. The year before. They won the finals with
you had Bafana.
The AFCON. Yabo Filma Singh.
Yes, Yabo Filma Singh.
Now you're on the world stage.
Then it's us now.
Madiba
Magic.
More pressure, Madiba Magic.
But at that time in myself, I was the Bafana rugby. They were not in my mind. They say I'm in trouble here. They're not gonna help me. As I was saying, that people are saying you can win it, but I'm refusing mentally that I can't. But at the same time, I'm going back to that issue of winning. And I say, why are these people saying I can win? Yes. Maybe this is the science.
Listen to the science.
Yes. Then I say, that number says 1, 2, 2, 1. That means today, I will come number 1. If not, I will come number 2.
Yes.
If things are worse, at 1 plus 2 is 3. I will be number 3.
Yes.
There's no other position that I will get.
You're going to make the podium.
I am making the podium.
Yes. Wow.
But I'm also, after saying it, I'm alone. I'm saying, I don't lie to yourself, Hezekiel.
And the mind is such an important thing in that moment.
That thing comes. The only thing that comforted me was then I wrote in my vest. I don't think he was allowed to do that. I took a marking pen, very small. Yeah. I read the verse, and I said, there was something that I'm going for it, but I'm not gonna tell my coach. I wrote there, God, give me power. Very small in my number.
Oh, the actual
the race number.
Yes, you wrote a little.
I wrote little something. I said, come on, give me power.
Yeah.
I wrote it, thinking about everything. I'm not telling my coach.
Your plan is to win this
for
thing.
This thing. Okay, winning, no. And I said, medal. I'm gonna go. In the morning, as you were asking, David, it's there. I'm questioning myself for those things. But I've already, for me, writing that was like a stamp.
Yeah.
I'm like committing myself to this. Because if I don't write it, I say, I leave it. It won't remind me. I'm stamping that thing.
It's always there.
Yeah, it's always there. When I'm going to the dressing room, it's there. It's like, why did you write this?
When you put this thing on.
It's there, going into the tunnel, into the stadium. Then you just see flashes or the lights. People stand up, shout, and people, Hezekiel!
Yo, number 2!
Hezekiel! It's like I want to close my ears. I'm going to lose focus. Yeah. I'm walking. Remember, I had police card at that time.
Okay.
Yes, shotgun police card. When I look at it.
Nearly Chico style. Chico style. Or style is arriba Kamalo.
Okay, I'm going to come for somebody. I can
Chico style. Just
so the gun went. When it's all races, you are scared, panic, but when the gun goes, everything goes.
You are
here.
Tunnel focus.
Tunnel.
Yeah. How bon is it?
How bon. Then I stayed at the back.
Yes, you frustrated all of us.
I stayed at the back.
Hey, D-man.
Now this thing of my coach. Don't come last. I'm saying that, okay, stay there. You're not going to be last. You will be,
at least.
If number 4, number 5, people are going to be happy. Never had somebody.
Our standards are so low.
In the final.
Yes.
I was last. Look at the splits. Everybody went sub 50 seconds in the first lap.
Really?
I was 50-0-0 and I was last.
So where was the race slightly slower?
No, it's fast.
It's fast.
It's fast. It's moving.
Yes.
It's 49.
Yarr.
Everybody, it's moving. It's on world record pace now.
Okay.
Back straight.
And you're last, comrade.
Born. I'm back straight. I see these people are not moving.
Actually, do you know something interesting? You actually look like that. When you're watching the race,
yes,
it does look like you made a decision. This thing is slow.
Yes.
It looks like that because I've watched that race a few times. Man. Game on. I saw it too many times. Because you made a decision to move.
You see, at the back straight, that's where these people are not moving.
Yes.
What's happening? I thought,
what are they waiting for?
Because it's not moving. And I'm like, my legs are just, I'm tripling. It's like I want to move, but I can't because they're blocking me.
Yes.
There. It's quick decisions, quick thinking. And I said, Hezekiel, there's no tomorrow here. The race that you had a dream, this is the race. These guys have been sending you verses, everything that you do. This is the race.
The people at home are praying.
Yes, people at that. This is the race.
Yeah.
Immediately, I thought about
Yeah.
God help me, give me power. You know, I remember saying, let's be friends. Put my legs up, I will put them down.
Whoa.
Immediately when I'm saying that, thinking, that's the quick movement that you saw.
Yeah.
Then my legs were going. Then I said, I need to move out here. Because now we are going into the danger zone. Everybody's stuck. I'm not going to be able to move. I will have to go outside.
Then
That's where I...
Shabila overtake. Proper. Yes.
Yeah.
Shabila overtake.
Guy.
Well, at what stage was this of the race? How many more meters to go? Do you remember?
We were in the back straight.
Yeah, okay.
We were in the back straight. It's about 300 meters to go.
Okay. All right.
We've already passed the 400. Now we're 500. 300 to go. We're approaching 200.
Yes.
And you know when you go into the 200, it's a curve.
Yeah.
When you are running lane 2, you're running extra.
Exactly. Yes.
So you need to stack. That's why I went.
And that's why
That's why I went outside and went back. I know people say, you boxing yourself.
Yes.
You know, I went in again. And I 150. What's happening?
So you could tell the pace was not as fast as it could be.
No, it's fast.
Okay.
It's fast. That pace is fast.
Yeah.
But I'm not feeling it.
Okay. You're thinking there's more.
I'm Superman.
You wrote here.
I wrote,
Give me power.
I've got power. You know, I was. That's the shape that I was. I'm not feeling it. You know, the only thing that killed me was my mental not believing in myself.
Yeah.
Then I said, you know, Hezekiel, you had a dream, man. Come on, this race.
Let's go.
Let's go. You got a bronze. I saw there were 3 guys. I was number 4, number 5. I said, go for that. And I passed the number 3. That's a dream come true.
Yes.
You know, you dreamt.
But you're still.
I'm still.
Yes.
I say, but
inside.
There's another chance here. You can beat this one.
Yes.
You know, and had I believed in myself, probably I was gonna win the race. But again, had I run differently, maybe I was not gonna win it. I'm happy with that save. I can't change.
Yeah, there's commentators that said Hezekiel needed 5 more meters. He would have won the race. There were commentators always saying that.
That is why somebody after that said, you know, that race, if you can run it 5 more times, you will get different winners of that race. That's how the technicalities of running that 800 meters.
Because he beat you by a margin.
And for me, where I come from and the experience that I had, I think I done well.
Yes.
That's why my coach came and said, you know what, Hezekiel? Nah, I did not make you. You made yourself. Nah, and your talent made you, not me. I'm the one that must say to you, you made me.
Yes.
Because I was a teacher. Knowing nothing. I didn't have a dream. Me, I was just coaching you to be high school, the winner, go to national champions. That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
You end up coming here with your talent.
Yes.
Some of the things that I was doing, I had no idea.
That will end up here.
That we will end up here, and with that.
I like those words from him to say, even his dreams that he didn't even have came true.
Both of us never thought that.
Because after that, Ronald meeting Levo Mandela and all of that. But how was the experience from crossing that and realizing, and also it was tight, so tight that it was not even sure. Yes, that thing about it. Who actually won this race? Is Hezekiel number 2 or number 3 or number 1?
Yes.
So it was so tight. So were you aware when you crossed the line what number you were?
No, I was not sure. I you know, technicalities there, they are very fast. I was not sure. For me, I knew that it's either I'm 2, 3, but I'm not sure because the other guy was also close.
Yes.
Something could have happened.
The
That is why
Lutunyana move.
Lutunyana, something could have happened.
Yes.
So that is why after we crossed the line, the number one was clear. They've put the name there on the
Yes.
on the board.
It's the rest of you.
The rest of us.
Yeah.
And suddenly like, because it's those South Africa.
Worry. They said I must just run.
You know, I saw my friend who was training with me, David Strang, South African, but he ran for Great Britain. He came back to South Africa and just trained with me.
Yes.
He jumped with the flag.
The South African flag.
Yes. Securities were here. He jumped. He went inside.
Jeez. Imagine the excitement.
Excitement. JP, when I went to JP, JP was not happy about the medal.
Yeah, but
JP was happy about 142.
oh, he didn't care about that.
He says, 142? How is it possible? Remember, as he said that, he also doesn't know. How did we
Get to that number? Do you understand though the psychology of getting faster at running? There's a theory I read once that says if all of us here run 150, there's a very big chance we'll stay at that number until somebody else, whether that person is just within this group
Yes.
or from outside, will run 149.
Yes.
Then all of us are likely to get 149. Should somebody else get 145, even this group is likely to believe that they can get 145. Help me understand that psychology.
That's one of it's a former CEO of ASA that I worked under him, because we always try to find the way how can we win the medal. The World Athletics will set a standard. It's an entry standard. So federations are allowed to have their own standard based on what they want to achieve at the championship. So we want to send people that good quality people.
Exactly.
He had this idea of setting the standard
Higher than
this one of the entry standard.
yes.
People were angry. No, you are depriving our athletes the opportunity
to enter
go.
because the entry is 10. You're asking for 11. We don't have it.
You see, then I asked him why, and he said exactly what you just said. Now, David was like, Hezekiel. Remember again when you just focusing on the entry, on that entry, you want to after you've run that entry, your dream is gone, finish. You're not gonna go further there.
Good point.
At the Olympic Games, he says coaches are there to train athletes. If you put faster time, athletes will run it.
So the potential is there.
The potential is there. If you put a slower time, athletes will make that slower time their target.
Sure.
So we're putting it high.
Let them
so that
chase it.
the athletes can go beyond.
Yeah.
Look, we performed.
Sure.
We did perform. We had athletes like the Mulautis when we were there. The standard was high. And I do agree with you that it's all in the mind. When we talk barriers, if we all believe that we can't pass here, but one guy says, I'm passing.
I'll show you.
Then he goes there. Then everybody
can follow. Yeah.
And that's the scenario. And that's, I think, in the 800 meters, that's what I've done. And the era.
You surprised even yourself. Even yourself.
Look, that Olympic Games, they say at that time was one of the fastest. We have 4 guys that have run 1 minute 42. First time in one race.
Jesus. The 3 that went through.
They went through. Even number 4.
Even number 4 was 142.
Even number 4 was 142 first time.
Ghana, what is the number now?
141.
Jarr. It's still close.
The world record is 140.9.
Shit, so it's 141. Well, I know the point matters. Just says. What happens when you come back to South Africa? Well, we know that you were in the front page of Atlanta newspapers, but what happens when you come back to South Africa?
I came back. Remember, I still had now invitations in Europe.
Okay, before you even came here, you had to go run elsewhere.
Yes. Now, some of the meet in Europe, I was put on a list of the athletes that will come to the meet. Now, I've got a silver now. It's appearance money now.
Just as.
You know, I'm in that level of
being
I'm going to be
airport.
collected at the airport alone.
You can have your own room now.
I can have my own room.
Like
but,
that.
But it was clashing with the team coming to South Africa for the ceremony.
So did you get those invitations while you were in Atlanta?
Yes, while I was in
suddenly.
Atlanta. Yes, and I'm getting invitations and I'm there, you know. But now I have to go back to South Africa. They're
waiting for you.
They're waiting for me now in South Africa. And I was even told, going back, you fly business class.
You didn't go with business.
I didn't go with business. I
like that change. Your life changed overnight, my man. We don't know what to fail.
You get to get more to fail.
Work business class. Your life changes overnight.
Yeah. Yes, I came back. It was me, Josiah, Penny Haynes, and Marianne Kriel. then
all those names are big. Tad Aski's son. Twanzuru school, man. You're Twanzuru culture. Sure.
So now it's first time meeting Tata. Madiba. Nelson Mandela.
So you had to go Lile guy. Tennis.
Yes.
Pitor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pitor. And it's now the that point now going back again now, where I come from. I went to the township, from the farm to the township, where everybody. There was a point where I was asking myself at that time when I find out who's this guy that they would say Nelson Mandela,
all those,
you know, all those. Why are they singing? Then it's me standing in front of this man, and this all came back. These things.
Wow.
Where I come from, what happened in the townships, the name. First time I hear the name, Mandela. And you know what made it worse was he told me exactly what happened in the race. So I'm saying, this man watched that race.
Of course, he was. We were all watching.
You know? I said, I thought politicians are lying.
You thought he wasn't watching.
I thought this one's the way. My thinking was, this one, they can't waste their time and sit and watching me run. They're getting information from people, say, go there and say this.
He won.
Say it. You know? But each and every one of us, myself, Penny, Josiah, Tata was saying it. Why did you box yourself? Why did you box? You will kill us.
Wow, you did almost kill us, though.
You know, it's and that's appreciation, you know, and the respect.
It was a big deal to all of us. First black South African to win an Olympic medal.
Then I realized.
Oh, you were not aware.
I was not aware. But I was famous.
That's funny. You're a big deal out here. Don't be fooled.
Then I realized, I saw somebody send me something and said, at that time, I was in the top, if I'm not mistaken, top 200 people in Africa, influential people in Africa.
Listen to that. All of us rednecks. Come on, Hezekiel. You're the man now.
You know, my wife tells me every time, and I don't know.
Whatever it is, why does it frustrate you? What does she say?
And she will always say to me, you know how big you are? I say, oh, me? Man, come on.
Yeah.
For me, it's maybe probably I'm watching. I see big as the Springboks, the soccer. These guys, I see them as big. I don't see myself in that.
Let me tell you what happens to us as South Africans, and it's a sad, sad thing. We view life through the lens of politics. So other things that dominate shouldn't be that important, and they are. It's everything else. It's all the complications.
Yes.
The things that we should spend a minute, even 1 minute, to acknowledge, we don't, because we are preoccupied with other things. As a result, we should have a museum that acknowledges you guys properly. Like where we know you're going to experience Hezekiel's race, you're going to watch it. All the time. It's looping all the time. And there's a formation, a statue, excited to have won. We should be having those things where you get there, you put on headphones and press something, it tells you the story of that moment. Unfortunately, we don't. And as a result, even the people who have made an amazing contribution, they forget it themselves, like you. And that's why when you said it, my wife tells me, and immediately you got frustrated and held your face, because you could tell in that moment that you don't quite understand it. Yeah. I'm glad she's here to tell you. Thank you. Man.
Thank you. Yeah.
We live in a country where other things are more important than athletics and music and so forth. We could easily have a museum where sports and museum where music, because these industries make such a huge contribution in society. Yeah. But we don't pause to acknowledge them. And those people, some of them, they die broke and struggling. Life becomes so hard.
Yes.
Because no one stops for a second to say, you know what you've done. So you're lucky to have somebody that reminds you of it.
She does that, I think, every month, every year. She will tell me.
What do you know how big you are?
Even if sometimes I'm like down. I don't look, even if I feel like, you know what, I'm not going to listen to this. I call them Bomashaya. These people all over here. These people like Bomashaya, but man. Babo, I'm not in their league. I don't care. It's fine. And he says,
do you know?
You know who you are.
Let me tell you, Tiag. When the call came along from a friend of mine who said, I have Hezekiel's numbers. I said, bring them here. I have to speak to that man. Because you and I grew up around the same era.
Yes.
We were kids around the same time. You became the super athletes. All of us, so that's why I had to say let's have a chat with you, because in my world you're one of our greatest. But Josiah, I want to speak to Bozola Bat. I want to speak to all those greats, because South Africa has a lot of history when it comes to track and field. And for some reason, there's something about us. That's why I worry that we don't do enough to cultivate the young ones. Because clearly somewhere in our genes, there's a lot of talent.
No, that's South Africa, it's, for me, we are there with our sprints. I mean, we've got the weight Fanigara in the 400. Now, the relay, what we've done. Look at these young guys, the Walazas. They went to the juniors, him and Bradley. That means we've got fast twitch, fibers, sprints. We have them. Look at rugby, Eastern Cape. We have there. You can go to Limpopo, likes of Clarence Munyai, the Akane Simbinis. They all come in from that area. Northwest, long distance.
Yes, there you go.
The Timanis.
They win the comrades.
The comrades. They come in Botete. They all coming from. So there is talent.
Yeah.
There's no doubt that there is talent.
That's why I get Harry, let's dig it out.
Yeah.
I don't want to go politics again.
Yeah, for me, also it's tiring to just talk about politics and you'll end up what are you doing yourself? Yes, I did lose focus personally on trying to identify
the talent.
Yeah. But that fire has come back. Yeah. I had a program that's called Street Athletics.
Okay.
Where I don't worry about facilities.
Armati.
We just go into the street, we'll close the street, put cones there, and the athletes will run. Because the bigger picture was, you have these kids that they will ask, what is happening there? Say, hey, there you run. Come, it's for free.
Yeah, they don't know.
No, they don't know. Then you go
there.
there. Then, we have music, we entertainment, the dancers, One of the best I've hosted was in Krugersdorp.
Yes.
Parents were sitting on the pavement. The kids were running.
Next time you do it, call us. I would love to film it.
No, we will call it. So I say the passion has come back after Paris. There was a point where I lose. As I said, my wife always push, but I don't see, because I just felt that I've tried and I know what I'm talking about. You don't get support. People make you feel as if you are begging. I don't want to beg.
Yeah.
I don't want to beg. I've identified athletes from Limpopo in 2015, and 2 of those athletes made the national team from nowhere. From that program.
Imagine that. So, from running in the streets.
Yeah, with no support, I was able to do that. Those athletes now they are doing well.
Amazing.
In athletics. One of the athletes is that UJ, running for the UJ club. So
we need more of those type of programs.
Yeah, because we're not focusing on the facilities. If you want, once you can see an athlete, okay, this one's got talent.
Yes,
and what we did was we keep on during school holidays, and then we bring them to good facilities. They must see it, then they will go back.
Yeah.
We will have somebody there in the rural areas there that will look after them. During school holidays, we bring them, touch. Then as we go, we push, then they go full.
Incredible.
And, so
there's an interesting story of your life where you ran 600 meters as a pacemaker. I don't know whether it's Petersburg, South Africa, or St. Petersburg in Russia.
No, it's Petersburg, South Africa.
Where you ran 600 meters and got out of the race because you were just a pacemaker. And those who analyzed that day, they say, had you finished that race, you would have broken another record. I don't know if you remember.
No, I remember because we talked about that myself, my training partner, Johan Botha. There was a time where we are more or less the same level. And now it's all about the brand. The brand of Hezekiel.
Yeah.
The brand of Johan Botha. Johan Botha just came. He won the World Indoors. He's in better shape than me.
Is he younger?
No, he just came from Europe. Me, when you pick, obviously different phases. So he was a little bit ahead with training with me. So I felt that he's in good shape. I'm not going to lose. He has to run this race for criteria. I can do the next one.
You didn't need it.
I don't need to run this.
Yeah.
So, but he needs to run it, and I know he wants to go faster. I can take him there so that he wins it. Then his name is still there. It's relevant. Runs. Even if I feel I can go, I'm not going to go.
You're
That's
going to
the
stop.
agreement. I'm going to stop. He must go. Number one must be Johan.
Those who analyze that race were, man, why did he stop that race?
Then the following week, he will do the same.
Okay.
He will do the same. He will stop. I will go because I'm going to run faster. But he didn't stop.
Oh, he didn't?
He didn't stop.
He betrayed you.
He was in front.
Yes.
And I looked. This guy is going.
He's not finishing.
It's not finishing. It's not stopping. He's going. He is going to win this.
Did he win it?
No. I had to change. And I ended up beating him.
Yes.
On the line.
Yeah.
And I told him, what did you do?
Oh.
Why?
You go on to win Commonwealth 1998 to silver again, isn't it?
Yes.
So you're on a winning streak at this stage.
Yeah, they end up calling me Quicksilver.
Do you feel like you were never meant to win gold? What is your relationship with the gold medal?
Had I win gold medal, probably I was going to worship that gold.
Okay.
And not last.
So you're always chasing.
So probably there was a sign that your career, that silver medals, it's always, I'm there. I can't. I can't. I want this gold. And look, I end up with no gold medal. But when I look at my career, that's what kept me. But had I win that gold, let's say
96.
Let's say 96.
Yes. First race at the Olympics, you win gold.
Probably I was going to worship.
No.
I remember Josiah, after the gold medal that he won, he got big sponsors.
Of course.
At some stage, he was, I remember, with Coca-Cola or something. I read he had big sponsor than the Morocco Soilus, the Kaizer Chiefs.
Sure.
That was always my fear of getting the gold medal, becoming so big in the country. Yeah. And I end up forgetting where I come from and forgetting what is my role. Because I feel that there is a purpose, man. It's all these things that has been happening to me, small things. Why are they connecting?
Bring you here.
They connecting, they bring me here. They connect me, they bring me here until I was saying in 1996, there's a picture of my family sitting there in the farm. They were watching the race. And there was this my younger brother. That picture is hiding behind my mom. He's like very young. Right now, as we speak, he's the best coach in the world for 800 meters.
Wow.
So I always say to him, what were you thinking? Now my saying was, at that time, I also planted this in his head.
And probably not only him, other kids.
Mbolaini Molauzi, he says to me, you know what? I'm going to tell you straight now. I thought I was not going to tell you this. We're in Europe, we're in the room. And he's doing well. It's better. I'm just following him now. I'm a little bit tired. He's new. He says, I was not going to tell you this, Hezekiel. You are my hero. Why not? Don't play me. He says, let me tell you, in my house, when I grew up, I had your picture.
Wow.
And I told myself, I want to be like you. And I can't believe that
we're hanging out.
We're hanging out and I'm running and I'm beating you. There's a lot of guys that I have assisted, not only running-wise, athletes that could not afford to go to Europe, do the qualifying. Athletes that wanted to go for training camps in Kenya will fund that. But I'm still not. I will not recognize me as
as a big deal.
As a big deal. So,
well, we are here to tell you that you're a big deal, and I'm glad Meko High continues to remind you that you're a big deal, because one of the reasons why I called you here is because for me, you're one of those names that we should never ever forget. We make a big mistake when we forget our heroes. And I say, like proper. You belong in that category. Hevara ringanga yango left. Rona ba ba re dule. How can say mel? Kola ta ke ra re monna. E re nna ke nne fatshe wena we mel.
No, I appreciate David. I was saying this morning that I've done these things. I was doing interviews. You have to go into the studio.
Yeah.
Now I'm podcasting, man. You know,
the world has changed.
The world has changed. I'm here.
Let me tell you what I like about these platforms. It's this and many others like it. You don't get to hear the full story in other places.
Yes.
If I was to talk to you on the radio, it'll be quick in and out.
Yes,
10 minutes, we're in and out.
Yes.
We'll probably be talking about the latest thing you're doing now.
Yes.
But these formats, look at how we've recorded for 4 hours and 38 minutes. This is a trip to Kimberley.
I'm going to Kenya with this trip.
There you go. It's a trip to Kimberley, driving, listening to this conversation.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely, absolutely special. I want to give you a moment to acknowledge those who you think have made a huge contribution in your life. To say to them, "Ke a leboga." Who are those people?
It will be wrong of me. Let me start to say to my mom, especially those young days when I was young, all what we went through, and she's sticking with us. Her bringing these breadcrumbs from work, we eat them. Me going to after school, during lunch, we will eat outside where the bosses are sitting in the table. We will sit outside. For that, I would like to say you are very special to me. And I really, really appreciate and love you. Let me not forget my father. I've said it, what has happened, but it does not change my view of him, that it is not for him or other people to judge him or myself to judge my father. That was the situation then. I love him, will always love him. He's my father, man. JP, he comes there, JP Van and Merve, Poch Boys, Mr. John Blake.
Do you know Mr. John Blake shares a tear when he tells the story of your first victory, your first win.
Yes.
When he tells that story, he actually shares a tear.
Yes.
You can tell how emotional that moment was even for him to be a guy who has agreed to a black kid at his school.
Yes.
And this kid is beating everyone. So he is a special man in the story.
He's very special, as I said, JP Blake, Poch Boys Eye, parents, Potchefstroom community, people from Ikageng. Then life happened. You know, things changed. I met Deborah at that time when things were not perfect. She made me believe in myself, even though I refused. I still refuse, but she's still pushing me. And I do appreciate her, her family. They welcomed me. And made me believe that I'm important, you know, what I've done. So my friends, those who I've met along the way, there's some of them are bad, some of them were good. So
there's some good that comes out of bad situations.
Yeah. So there's a lot there. I've got a management that took me internationally, global sports communication with Jos Hermans, you know. I met Jean Verster from Poch. Yeah, I mean, it's my brother Samuel, you know. yeah, it's a lot. But those who have mentioned, I think they played a very, very, and I would like to say to them, thank you very much. I do appreciate you, all of you.
Yeah. What do you wish for your kids?
I realize that I don't have to put pressure on them. We are in a different era where I had to push to be where I am. As I said, I don't think they need. I feel like I realize they don't need, even if it does not sit well with me. Too much rights of these kids. You will end up being told by somebody from outside, don't force kids, they're not you and stuff like that. But
you don't have a right to
you
force.
don't have the right to force these kids. Let them be themselves. Respect for me, it's important. Hopefully, if they're not doing sports or physical running, they will be inspired of being part of the administration. There's a lot of things. There's photographer, because it's part of them. So that's what I would like to see one day. I know they're still finding themselves.
Is there an athlete around them, amongst them?
No, they don't like athletics.
Yes.
But they can talk it. They don't like athletics. But I've got a young boy. He's very young. I think that one is.
There's something.
He's
there.
a blitz, that one, because he's young. When I say on your marks, he just sit and say go. So
there's something there.
He doesn't even care. On your marks, everywhere. Even if he's sleeping like this, on your marks, set, then he's gone. So
that's awesome. Jeez, where did you find the running though? Do you think it was there somewhere in the genetics of the family?
I think it's in the genetics of the family, because my brother was a runner, but not. It's. My sister was the better one.
Yeah,
because it's the same situation now that I'm telling, and we said. Actually, it's still the apartheid system where black people are that side.
Yes.
And these ones that are this side, it's depending on what you have.
Opportunities, yes. They can afford it.
Yes. So me growing up at school level, we were only focusing on that. And my sister was very good at that level.
But they didn't go anywhere.
They didn't go anywhere. I was lucky. I went to Ikageng. I was able to go to the aptitude tests.
Yes.
And
imagine if you had taken her with you.
If I did not, probably I would have been
somewhere else. Yeah. Brazil,
yeah, no. No, thank you, David.
Nee, man, die man are acknowledge enough, man. The country are on a
appreciation. Thanks to them.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you made time, because you and I recorded for long. Now you're holding another record. Here's another record. It's the second longest video.
Yes.
Second longest. To beat again that the Kaifasimi.
Oh,
Shapa 10-0. You need 2 more hours to beat his record. And he didn't stop. He was fine to carry on. We recorded until 10 in the evening. He was fine to carry on. Like that, man.
Appreciation and thank you for the invitation.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Appreciation.
King David Studio Podcast.